Okay, hey, BOOZHOO, and welcome back to BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO, and over here, the lovely and the talented Natasha. Look at them, BOOZHOO, Winnie Mushen. Say hello, my sweetheart. BOOZHOO, everybody! How you doing? Okay, brought to you today by Ojibwe Cartoons. Ojibwe by Michael Lyons. Ojibwe language cartoons with a big old alien on the cover. If you'd like to order your copy of Ojibwe, click the link below. Or any number of, other, what do you want to say, sweetie? Other comics, coloring books, and what have you. Huh. That's right. How you guys doing? We're back live on our live stream podcast. It's a Wednesday morning. How you doing, sweetie? I'm doing great. How are you? Not too bad. I'm gonna go over to Mocum this morning and practice for music on Sunday. Oh, you're gonna meet your cousin? Yep. We're gonna jam in the little Mocum church. Okay. So I gotta make sure I wrap this up by like 9:30 or something. Anyway. BOOZHOO. Anin. Today is, what is it, Wednesday? Yep. Abatuse. Today is Wednesday. Abatuse. Halfway. Abatuse. Halfway. Wednesday. We're halfway through the work week. We're halfway through the school week. If you're having a midlife crisis, you might be feeling like you're halfway through your life. You might be thinking, I'm already halfway through. If you're 50 and you're still calling yourself middle-aged, you're pretty optimistic. Most people don't live to be 100. You're probably halfway at around 38. Certainly by 40, most of us. But up to say halfway. And Chantal. Bonjour, Chantal. Welcome to the show. Welcome to our little Wednesday morning edition of the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And looks like Jim Dunn is here. BOOZHOO, Jim. Jim's here, sweetie. BOOZHOO, Jim. Natasha says hello, Jim. And we got some pushback on yesterday's show, huh? You talking about that Facebook thing? Yeah. We were talking about Jesus yesterday, about the Trinity. And I think we triggered some autistics. Some people they don't even want to talk about it. You can't, But yeah, we got some pushback. People get touchy about speaking about Jesus. And then you also you get the crazies too. Like somebody will post, like a 3-page like a whole article of like biblical stuff, and you go, for crying out loud, I don't have time to read all this. Can you sum it up? This is Facebook. My attention span is about 10 seconds. It's like, your friends who think that you're going to take time and read a book they give you to you. Here, I noticed you were thinking about this one subject. Here's a book you can read. That might answer some questions you have. And I'm like, ugh. Okay, I don't really have questions. When I say, what I don't understand is, I'm just trying to be funny. I'm not looking for answers. I've already made up my mind. And if you think I'm going to read a book to have my mind changed about something, I mean, you're giving me a lot of credit. I'm not that scholarly. If a YouTube video is over 4 minutes, I probably won't watch it. Oh yeah, you should watch this lecture this guy gave. It was 3 hours long. And I'm like, what? Yeah, no thanks. You give me too much credit. So, Joe Curry is here. BOOZHOO Joe, welcome back to the show. And Jim Dunn is like, shh, speak no evil. I hear no evil, I speak no evil, and I see no evil. Evil. She's an evil woman with evil on her mind. She's an evil woman. She's gonna get you. Natasha, you guys. So what do you think, sweetie? About what? I don't know. Do you ever read books that people recommend? Not anymore. When I was in college, I might have. Yeah. Yeah. I'm unapologetically non-literate. You know. Oh, you should read this book. Yeah, okay. Why don't you read my comic book? I don't know. Joe Curry says, look low, get high. You know, Joe. Oh, think high. I thought he was saying get high. Joe Curry says, look low, think high. Yeah. You have to look for God in lowly places. I got friends in lowly places. Yeah. Do you guys have any friends who are just lowlifes? It's always good to have a couple of friends who are real degenerates. So you know exactly, You know, like in our family, we have some degenerates. I have a cousin named Missy, who's kind of the family degenerate. Anyway, let's see what's here this morning. Oh, geez, Missy's here. I can't believe I said that. Could you quit picking on Missy? Hi, Missy. Hey, BOOZHOO, cuz. But, like what makes a person a lowly place? I don't know. Do you have any cousins who have had multiple DUIs? Can't stop drinking. Maybe have a touch of schizophrenia. They have a record, but they can explain it all away. Yes, your officer, I did beat her up. But to be fair, let me tell you my side. She really had it coming. Whatever. Just a low life that society kind of goes, Do you have any friends that your other friends, like if they met him, they would and saw him on the street, they would like cross the street to avoid him? It's always fun to get those friends together, like your good friends and your low life friends. Invite them over for a barbecue and just watch what happens. Because your nice friends are going to not want to, want you to know that they're horrified. And your degenerate friends are going to make a scene, and they'll remind you why you don't mix your good friends with your low-life friends. It's like, oh, we're going to have a little barbecue. And your degenerate friend shows up just drunk. Oh. And like your good friends brought their kids. What am I talking about? What am I talking about, sweetie? I don't know. Something about halfway. Oh, yeah. Abatuse. Halfway. We also call there's a phase of the moon that we call Abatuse. And Abatuse dibakizis, when it's halfway between being full and being a little sliver. Being a little Natasha moon. Natasha moon, why do you call it that? I always call that thin line that the smallest a moon gets a Natasha moon. Why? Because that night, you and I hooked up. It was the moon like that. Yeah, it was a little sliver of a moon. The first night you and I got together. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, that's why I always called it a Natasha moon. I don't even know what it's really called. A crescent moon? A crescent. Is that like a crescent wrench, you suppose? Yeah, I think so. Okay. But yeah, sometimes though, your real degenerate friends are going to have more God than sometimes your friends who get along in life. You know. As the Bible says, John the Baptist was really creepy. He would eat bugs or locusts or whatever, like icky grasshoppers and honey. And he never bathed, and he wore just like animal skins. The guy was a lowlife, you guys. You know. Probably had gross teeth. Probably smelled bad. But he was the one who baptized Jesus. I was like, hey, man. John the Baptist was lowly, but he had God. Okay. Hey. Joe Curry says, super pink moon last night. Oh, is that right? Pink, 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 pink moon. Remember Nick Drake? Is that his name? Nick Drake? Yeah, I think so. There was this great commercial in the 90s that totally changed the direction of the band I was in. Nick Drake, I think his name is, had a song called Pink Moon. And in the commercial, and by this time Nick Drake had been dead for years, and everyone had forgotten about the song Pink Moon. But then there's this commercial where there's a group of kids all get in this old convertible or something, and they're driving around, and that song Pink Moon comes up. Oh, that's what I'm sorry to say. A pink moon is on its way. Pink, 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 pink moon, or whatever. And they pull up to this party, and the party's all loud. And I remember the lighting even changed, and there's like rock and roll music, and they all look at each other like, I don't know, what do you think? Should we go to the party, or should we just go drive around at night again? And they're like, let's go drive around. Pink, pink, pink. And then it pans away, and there's like, buy a Volvo, or whatever the car was. But I was like, oh, that's right. I forgot about Nick Drake. Pulled out that old cassette tape. Started playing Nick Drake again, and oh, wow. What a great songwriter. Acoustic guitar. Just mood music. Abatuse. Halfway. So, let's get our Ojibwe on. Should I pull up an gibberish cartoon? Yeah, why don't you show a gibberish cartoon? All right. So, for anybody new to the show, I say this every time. Every BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO show is an introduction to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. We're a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And the show got started because Michael Lyons was drawing cartoons and sharing them on Facebook. Cartoons like this. Cartoons of himself. And here he's saying, there's Michael, and he's got a little teddy bear on his lap. And he's saying, Anin, Eji Bamadazian. See, this is the same phrase as yesterday, actually, for you guys coming back. Anin, Eji Bamadazian. Does anybody remember what that means? Were you paying attention yesterday? What's that now? Oh, it's written right here. How are you? Anin, Eji Bamadazian Niji. Michael's saying, Anin, Eji Bamadazian Niji. How are you? Niji is kind of a, everyone wants to say that means brother, because in the Indian way, our friends are like our brothers. But it's what we call our friends, Niji. He's saying, how are you, my friend? BOOZHOO. Or Anin, Eji Bamadazian. And then the little teddy bear, his name's Little Cutie. This is a picture from the book, Little Cutie, by Michael Lyons. Available now at Amazon.com. Just click the link, why don't you? How many times do I got to tell you? Just click the link. Oh, you got money for, the casino? Sure. Yeah, why not? I'll drop $50 at the casino. But I can't even buy a children's book in Ojibwe for my grandchildren. That's who you are. But little cutie says, Gawin, Ningakain Danzin. I don't know. I don't know how I am. Gawin, Ningakain Danzin. I don't know. Gawin. No. Nin. I. Kikain Dan. No. Zine. Not. I guess. No, I understand not. I don't know. I don't know how I am. Because you'll see here, if you look at it, he's kind of sad. Little cutie doesn't know where he belongs. You see, little cutie is he's a teddy bear. And he thinks his human has outgrown him. And so he goes on a vision quest. And he's trying to find the Great Spirit. And he has these questions. Who is he? Where does he belong? He doesn't even know. Have you ever felt that way? Who am I? Where do I belong? There's a lot of Wisakode Winini. Wug. There's a lot of people of mixed ancestry who don't know where they belong. Oh, do I belong here with my Indian relatives? I don't know. They're kind of degenerates. they're the lowlifes. Or do I belong with my Norwegian family? I don't know. They're stupid too. I don't know where I fit in. That's kind of the problem with identity politics within yourself. Sometimes people go, oh, which tribe do I belong in? I don't know. How are you? Sometimes you don't even know how you are. Are you okay? I don't know. Because how do you check? I haven't lost my job. And I got vaccinated and I'm wearing a mask. And I voted for Joe Biden. And I registered my guns. I'm good. The government says I'm fine. I have a savings account. Or, how are you? Oh, I'm doing great. I lost my job, so now I'm on unemployment. I'm doing great. Lost my job, so now I don't have to go into work. I'm doing great. My wife left me. The same answer could be good or bad. How are you? I'm awesome. But poor little cutie, he didn't even know. Gawin, Ningakain Danzin. I don't know. Sweetie, you're asking me, will our love grow? And all I can say to that is, you're asking me, will our love grow? Gawin Ningakain Danzin. You stick around and it may show. Gawin Ningakain Danzin. You don't know? I just don't know, sweetie. I mean, you're asking me, yeah, sure. I'd like to say I know. But Gawin Ningakain Danzin. I don't know. I don't know. What are some things I don't know? Let's see. I don't know for sure if the earth is flat. Nobody seems to care about that issue. And I always thought that was much more controversial than questioning whether or not Jesus was God. Because that's an answer nobody can really give me. But, I challenge all of science. Everyone's like, yeah, who knows? Maybe we do live in a snow globe. Everyone's fine. But you go, maybe Jesus was not the creator of the universe. Maybe he was God's son. Blaspheme! It's easy. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I don't know. Yeah, that's something I don't know. I don't know. I'm just wondering. Gawin Ningakain Danzin. I don't know the shape of the earth. I don't believe it's a spinning globe in the vastness of a black, inky nothing. I don't believe that, they figured out certain things like how far away the sun is, how the universe, that's what the nature of the universe is. I don't believe any of that. I don't know, but I don't believe somebody else knows. Jokri says, I'm doing moderately well myself. Good. Have health, that's important. That's the only thing that's important. If you lose your health, then you suddenly realize you don't care about your other problems. It was like when I had that Lyme's disease, and I hate to complain. It's such a stupid little disease to have compared to, cancer or whatever. But I was, kind of sick for a few years. I just felt like an old man. I just felt like I had the flu for 3 or 4 years. And it was Lyme's disease. And I kept treating it with diet and exercise and antibiotics and holistic medicines and sweat lodge, anything. And eventually got over it. But man, I was miserable. Getting just depressed because I was sick, Lyme's disease will affect your brain and your emotions. It's got every kind of weird symptom. It's like MS. Yeah, it's a whole list of crap. Jessica Gonzalez. Hey, BOOZHOO, Jessica. How you doing? She says, one of those things is certainly more important than the other. One affects your soul. The other doesn't really matter because you'll never leave the planet to prove it one way or the other. Yeah, exactly. I can never know. I'm assuming I'll never get to, Antarctica. I can never prove if there's an ice wall and a dome. I'll never know for sure. And you can know that science is never going to go, okay, a new day, everyone. We have to come out and update our science books. They're never going to come out and admit they were wrong. Yeah. For me, I guess the flat earth issue is kind of, let me get rid of this. So gibberish cartoons. Ani, Niji, Bamadazian, Niji, how are you? And we'll get back to talking about how you are. But when I considered that maybe there was a conspiracy to hide the truth of the Bible through the story of evolution, the Big Bang, and the spinning globe model, that's when I went, oh, wait a second, maybe the devil is real. And maybe everything they're saying in the Bible is real. If Genesis is literally real, not just a story, that's when I went, oh, for crying out loud, I better look into this. Who is this Jesus character? What's with all these Mexicans running around in the Bible? I better learn something about Jesus. He seemed to come with a message. Joe Curry says, regardless of the shape of the earth, you're on it. That's right. This is where I think, unless we live in a matrix. What if the matrix is real? What if this is all a dream? Excuse me. Got bit by a Lone Star tick myself, but never went to the doctor. Yeah, that was my fault too. It was a stupid story. I'm kind of afraid of dogs. And so I was out walking in the woods one day. And I live in the woods, so I grew up with wood ticks. But there was this big old, and he was even like a nice dog. A big old golden retriever was running around free in the woods one day. And I was on a path there. And I saw him. And I was scared. And so I thought, well, dogs are dumb. I'm going to pretend I'm his long-lost owner. And I'll act all excited and happy to see him. And he'll get confused and think I'm his owner or something. So I saw this strange dog and went, "Hey there, boy, it's me. Come on, boy, come on, how you doing?" And I acted really happy to see him. And he comes running at me and he jumps up and he's all wagging his tail. "Oh, I'm so happy to see you." And I was petting him because I didn't want him to bite me. And so I took him home with me, And he was a neighbor dog just running around, but it was cold that night. And so I invite him in the house because I'm a lowlife, And eventually one thing led to another. Pretty soon we just crash out on my bed watching TV or something. And I sleep with a strange dog in my bed because I'm gross. And then the next day, he runs away back. And eventually I find out his dog's real name and his owner's, But shortly after that, I got a bite on the back of on my back. It looked like a wood tick. Yeah, it was a wood tick. I pulled a wood tick off, and then I got that old ring. They say, "Oh, if you get the red ring, make sure you go in." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. Walk it off," I said. And then it was like 6 months later, maybe a year later. I'm just all sweaty and feverish and just always sick. I just felt gross all the time. Why am I also, is this just getting old? Can't get with it. I finally went to the doctor and they took the blood test. Yep. "Did you ever get bit by a wood tick?" I'm like, "Ever? Constantly being bit by bugs." I'm half a hermit out in the woods. So, but eventually I got over it. It took a number of different antibiotics and quitting drinking. That's really why I quit drinking, by the way, you guys. I'd still be a drunk if I didn't get Lyme's disease. Joe Curry says, "I don't trust dogs." Yeah. Dog owners don't understand this, but we don't trust your dog. You can act like, "Oh, he's just barking and pretending that he wants to bite you. And if you could just get off that leash, he would lunge at you." He's obviously, a barking dog to me is a threat. I don't care if he is on a leash, if he is your best friend. And how about this? You ever had a house party and the owner of the house brings the dog out and everyone's got to pretend, "Oh, hey, there's a little Rover." And they're all like, and he's running from person to person, his tail's banging against everybody's leg, whatever, sniffing everyone's crotches. On behalf of the rest of the world, dog owners, your friends hate your dog. We're not like, "We like you," and, we kind of like your dog too. No, we hate your dog. When we hear that your dog died, like on Facebook, and we go, "Oh, we're so sorry about your dog dying," we're secretly going, "Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad his dog is dead. I guess we can go visit them again." Nah, I'm just kidding. When your cat dies, we do share in your heartbreak. Those are true tears. But your dog dying? I don't know. My grandma was a Sioux. That's right. So part of me thinks, yeah, we should eat dogs. I bet you they're delicious. Joe Curry's from Mannahatta. Where the men are hotta down there. Oh, he's from Mannahatta. And the women are hotter. Yeah. Anin, Ejiba Marizian, how are you? Anin, Ejiba Marizian, sweetie. I'm doing great. Yeah, me too. These are good times. The sun is out. If you don't watch the news, if you don't, like me, if you're not up to date with current events, you can forget that the world is going down the drain. And if you just judge the world with your own eyes, it doesn't seem like there's a pandemic. It doesn't seem like there's race wars. It seems like a sunny, beautiful day, and at least in my town, in a peaceful, gentle, non-violent town, with birds chirping, and people who will smile and wave at you as you walk by. Good morning. Mino giga jabe. Hoa. You must be an Indian. That's right. I say Mino giga jabe. Well, I'm Norwegian, so I say good morning. And Guten Morgen. Or something. That's probably German. Hey, sweetie. Yeah? You got a phone call. A phone call, you say? Should I answer it? Yeah, on line 2. All right. Line 2. Caller, welcome back to the show. You're on the BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO podcast.
Yes, NANABOOZHOO, how are you? It is I, Donald J. Trump.
Hey, Donald, how are you? Kids, this is the former president, Donald Trump. He was president for like 4 years.
That's right. In fact, you can still call me President Trump if you like.
Yeah, okay. How are you, President Trump? What can I do for you?
Well, I just wanted to call in and tell you how much I enjoy your show. You're doing a tremendous job. You know, I watch it every morning.
Oh, that's great. I appreciate that.
Yes, I'm learning the Ojibwe language.
Are you really?
Yeah, listen to this. Anin, Eshi Bamadaziyan. How are you? How are you, Nietzsche?
I'm just fine, Mr. President. You know, that's a weird thing about that title, president.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean, we call you President Trump and Mr. President. Like suddenly your last name is President. What is your name, Donald President sometimes?
You know, I never really thought of that. That's ridiculous. Just call me the Don.
The Don. Yeah, that's what made everyone think you were like a mob boss. I think you were the first, like, mob, you know, like godfather of America.
Yeah, I think you might be right. You know, with my connections, I could have you killed for saying that.
I bet you could, huh?
No, I'm just kidding. I kid. Because that's the way the Don likes it. I like to make light. I like to joke around.
Yeah, you sure do. So, what else can I do for you?
Going in Gakain Danzin.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah. You really are learning some Ojibwe, aren't you?
That's right. Because I am the Don. I like to speak Ojibwe Moan. Say, do you have any questions for me?
You know, this is what I like about you, Donald. You'll call in to a show and then ask to be interviewed.
Well, I was the President of the United States of America. I'm pretty sure that's what they're telling me. I don't know. That's just what I heard.
Yeah, that's right. You sure were.
Yeah. So ask me anything. I'll be completely honest with you.
Okay. Let's see. Sweetie, what should I ask Donald Trump?
Hi, Donald. Hello, Natasha. How are you, my dear? I'm doing pretty good. Let's see. What should we ask the president?
What do you guys think, BOOZHOO crew? You got any questions you want to ask the president? I don't think we have any questions for you anymore. You know? You know, say what you will about Donald Trump's presidency. It's not like when we called George Bush, there's all these scandals and everything you can ask about. Same thing with Clinton. Same thing with Obama. Like we talked to Obama once, and I just straight up asked him if Michelle was a man. If Michelle's real name was Michael, but I guess I could ask you if Melania is a transgender.
That's preposterous. She's a beautiful woman. I mean, just look at her. My lovely wife.
But is she really, you know, she was actually born a dude though, right?
I can neither confirm nor deny the allegations.
Okay. So that's a big yes. What else?
Anything at all.
No, I'm not going to go there. I was going to make a gross joke about your daughter, but I don't want to do that. I got nothing, buddy.
All right, then. Well, let me just say, that I will see you again.
Okay, can you say that in Ojibwe?
I will say, Gigawaba min, minawa. I will see you again, NANABOOZHOO.
That's pretty good.
You too, Natasha. Okay, Mr. President, talk to you later. All right.
Yeah, Gigawabamin, Minawad, Trump. Yeah, I mean, it's weird, you know. You finally get an opportunity to ask the former president a question, and I had nothing. You know, for as controversial as Donald Trump was, you know, there weren't any affairs to really talk about. I mean, because he just straight up, I mean, yeah, Stormy Daniels, you know, he was like, yeah, I paid her, you know, $1 million to keep her fat mouth shut. And he never denied it, I guess. But Brandy Marie says, where has he been? Been super quiet. I know, it's weird. I thought Trump would be in the news forever. Like CNN doesn't even know what to talk about. Trump's like, yeah, whatever. Fine, you guys don't want to vote me in? So, all those ex-presidents have been really quiet since Biden got in. I was watching Biden on a Zoom call. He's there with the heads of states of all these other countries. And he's the only one wearing a mask. He's like, okay, Joe, thanks. You're really making us look like idiots in America. It's a Zoom call. You can take your mask off. I don't think Vladimir Putin's going to give you the sniffles. And then he was on another Zoom call with like black leaders of the country or something. And he's got that cranky old man, you know. Like, I was the first one to, to work for you people. It's like where he's almost always saying something kind of racist. And he doesn't mean to, you know. By the year 2024, you know, us whites, we're going to be in the minority. The minorities are going to be the majority. You're going, what? So, what's your point? Are you warning us of that? Why are you bringing that up? Is that even true? So in the next, decade and a half, 13% of the population is going to grow to over 50%. Okay. Whatever. How do you know this, Joe? But I don't know. I think the world would be more mad at Joe if they took him seriously. I don't know. Joe Biden's kind of like that, like your grandpa. It's like your grandpa who was a World War II vet who says Japs instead of Japanese. And you go, well, it's not really racist when he said it. He fought in the war. You're going to call out a vet? Just let him talk crazy. He's old. But Joe Biden's the president. Okay, everything's A-okay. Honey, Ejiba, how are you? You know how I am? Sweetie, can you give us a background? Or, actually, sweetie, will you teleport me outside? Agua Ching. Outside. Let's go outside. I'm gonna put out some tobacco. Okay, hang on. Just gotta teleport. All right, teleporting. In 3, 2, 1. Bleep. Sweetie, can you hear me? Yep, I can hear you just fine. All right. I'm going to put out a little tobacco out here since we're out in nature. Yeah, weegwas. Weegwas. I'm out here among the birch tree, the birch. In the Anishinaabe way, sweetie, can you get rid of these text? In the Anishinaabe way, And this is for the kids, not for the grown-ups. I know you already know this. Hi, kids. Welcome to Sesame Street. If you'd like to pray to the Great Spirit, Gichimanadu, you should get a little bit of tobacco, a sema. Get a little pinch of tobacco. And if you're grown up and you want to smoke this thing in a pipe, you go right ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're a little guy, you don't want to smoke the tobacco, you can come out in nature and you can offer it to the 4 directions. You can offer it to the 4 directions, to Mother Earth, and to Gichimanadu himself. And then you just put it down in a little bush or something, or on a tree branch, I've seen people actually just throw it in a direction, but we're just going to offer it once. So when I offer tobacco, this is sometimes what I do. I'll face a certain direction. Let's see, which way is east? I think this way is probably east. I have to look at the sun. The sun comes up in the east, sort of. It doesn't really come up, it just circles overhead, but it's always an easterly direction in the mornings. And you go, Wala naman niwi asema, except my tobacco, except my asema. Wala naman niwi asema, manadu gawede, wabanung, except my tobacco. Spirit's over there in the east. And then I might go back this way and I'll say, this is hard to do. But I'll go to the south and I'll say, Odap naman niwi asema, manadu gawede, jawanung, south, except my tobacco. Spirit's over there in the south. And then I'll look over here to the west, because there's a feeling I get when I look to the west. And I'll say, Odap naman niwi asema, manadu gawede, Ningabi anang, west, except my tobacco. Spirit's over there in the west. And I go to the north and I say, Odap naman niwi asema, manadu gawede, Giwaden anong. Some people just say Giwaden for north. To the spirits over there in the north. Manadu gawede, Giwaden. And then you can put it down to the earth. Say Odapanaman niwi asema, mama aki. Accept my tobacco, Mother Earth. And finally, offer it up to the Great Spirit. Odapanaman niwi asema, Gichimanadu. I should have wrote that out, but Odapanaman niwi asema, accept my tobacco. And if you want to pray in Ojibwe, here's a short prayer. You can say, Gichimanadu, Dagawi duka wishin, please help me. Miigwech bamadaziyan, thank you for my life. Like in our Ojibwe phrase of Anin Eji bamadaziyan, you're kind of asking that person how their life is. Bamadaziyan, Miigwech ka Eji bamadaziyan, thank you for my life. Miigwech bizandawi egg, thank you for listening. So there you just asked, help me, thank you for my life, thank you for listening. Ape inge, amen. Or miuminik, that's what drummers like to say. Powwow guys, when you get down there, I was like, miuminik, that's enough. It doesn't really matter how you pray. The important thing, even if you don't have tobacco, you can just come out here and talk to Gichimanadu. Gichimanadu. That's right, my son. Hello, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Gichimanadu. It's me. It's your old friend, the Great Spirit. What you doing now, then? Well, I was just offering tobacco. Did you want some tobacco? Oh, yeah, thanks. Just put it in a bush there. There you go. So, thanks for listening, and please help me today. Yeah, I'm always here with you. So, Sometimes it's kind of cool to pray in Ojibwe. I mean, Gitchimando, as you can tell, he speaks English. But sometimes your ancestors don't, though. Maybe that's it. Your ancestors are also watching and listening to you. And you might have some ancestors a couple generations back who never learned English. I'm not sure how that works. If Gitchimanadu himself, I guess I could ask him, but if Gitchimanadu himself helps you, or if he sends one of your ancestors to come down and help you. Who knows? Your guardian angel might be your great-grandma. And she may not know English so well. That's why you should never swear when you pray. Gonna make your ancestors angry. Oh, kahe, la-di-da-di. Oh, it's a beautiful day out here though, huh? Grass is still yellow, but the leaves are changing oddly. Bleep. Yeah, what do you want, honey? I'm ready to be beamed back into the studio. Okay, hang on. 1 to beam back. I'm going to beam back. Okay, you ready? Yep, I'm ready. 1 beam and 3, 2, 1. Thank you, sweetie. No problem. How is it outside? It's gorgeous. We should go for a walk. Don't you have to go to Mokum? Oh, yeah. Maybe this afternoon we'll go for a walk. Okay. Natasha, she's so agreeable. You want to get up here and say hello to the people? Sure. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to let Natasha come up here. And let's see. I normally teleport away and then someone come back. But maybe for the transition, I am going to play our theme song. I wonder if this will work. I probably should have to. All right. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO will return after these messages. But there's no message. It's just our cool video intro. And where's the sound? All right, sweetie, you want to get up here? Sure. Okay, hang on. Oh wait, I gotta go grab my my headset. Da-da-da-da. Oh, it's right here, sweetie. Oh, thanks. Okay, let me just put that on my head. Hello, check 1, 2, check this. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you just fine. All right. And do you think I need to stretch out first? You better just at least stretch your hamstring. Okay. And stretch. Do, re, mi, fa. All right, I'm ready. Okay. Why don't you walk right over where I was? Hey, BOOZHOO, everybody! It's me, Natasha. Huh? Anyway, I love our new intro and stuff like that. Even that gibberish commercial is kind of cool. So let's see who's here. Brandy Marie, BOOZHOO girl. And Missy, trust me, he is nothing like a grandfather. Who are we talking about? Away, Minnow Giga Jabe, Jessica, Missy and Brandy and Joe. And who else is here? Oh, la 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 la, do 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 do. So, yeah, how are you? Anin, Ejibba Madazian. How are you, Niji? How are you, Nij Ikwe? See, you could also be someone's Niji if you're a lady, like me, if you're a little girl. But you add an Ikwe. That means woman. So you're Nij Ikwe. is like your female friend. Ojibwe. Hey, sister from another mister. Nah. So what's going on, man? Did you want to teach anything? What was the other one? I don't know. The other Ojibwe phrase? I don't know. Well, I would teach that if I knew what it was. I don't know. Who was that second? Just kidding. Gawin ninga kain Danzin. You're asking me, will our love grow? Gawin ninga kain Danzin. Stick around and it may show. So, I don't know. I don't know if Elvis is really dead. I don't know if David Bowie is really dead. I don't know if Prince is really dead. I don't know if, what are some more conspiracies? I don't know if there was a great flood, and that's why all the buildings are half covered in mud. I don't know why. That was a question I had for a long time. Just every time you went into town, and you go, and every college in the world, where they have that first floor is halfway out of the ground. You gotta look down into the window well. And go, yeah. They designed this beautiful building to where you walk in, you go down half a flight. And we'll have classes down here. They'll be halfway underground. And a basement underneath there. And who knows how deep these college buildings go. And you never get an answer as a little kid. How come that, how come this building's half underground? And then this year, they come up with all these videos. Oh yeah, that's a big flood. Big mud flood. Everywhere there's evidence that at some point there was at least a huge flood that covered up everything in mud. Every town, we all have it. And there's a lot of evidence that something really hot might have melted all kinds of huge buildings. And now we have these, what look like rock, buildings inside of mountains. What happened? Gawin ninga kain Danzin. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Why do people get so weird when you question the official story? Why do you get called crazy if you go, hey, were giants real? Everyone goes, shut up. If giants are real, they would have taught us about it in school. You must be crazy if you're considering that the Jolly Green Giant was a real person. Well, I don't know. How come that's the thing? You got these Christians who believe in the Bible, but don't believe, who believe in the Bible, but don't believe in giants. Well, who did David fight? Oh, it's probably just a tall person. It doesn't say tall person. It says giants. And there's other parts in the Bible that talk about giants. Nephilim. The fallen angels had kids and they were giants, is what the Bible says. But a Christian will be like, well, science says. Oh, good. Science says? Yeah. There's nothing sadder than like a fundamentalist Christian who's also like a Star Trek fan. It's like, oh, I believe in the Bible and I believe in science. It's like, well, you don't really believe in the Bible if you reject that what it says is true. The Bible isn't a science book. We've proven that the earth was formed by a big bang. And the third law of thermodynamics in this one case doesn't apply. My stool's a little goofy. That everything goes towards entropy, that everything breaks down. Things don't get more complicated after an explosion. It doesn't, The Big Bang is kind of like believing a hurricane can go through a junkyard and just randomly create a fully functional 747, be able to fly right there. Oh, wow, I was lucky. It's like, no. An explosion can't create stuff at all. Just things break down over time. But science says, no, there's a big explosion, and then everything kind of starts getting more and more complicated until eventually the balls of rock we call planets sprout trees and moss and water, and then create little balls that are called eyeballs, so you can see. It's like, shut up. You can't just randomly create an eyeball, the ability to see. No, it's evolution. We went from blind to see. No, we didn't. Hoka hey, la-di-da, la. Hey, BOOZHOO, Jessica, what's going on, girl? Go, girls, we want to have fun. La-di-da, we want to have fun. That's all we really want. Most Christians believe the science more than they believe in their own God can heal. That's another one. You really put your faith on display during this whole COVID thing. That's another thing I loved. Whoops. Okay, at Mocam, I heard when Michael came back, nobody was wearing masks. That church wasn't afraid of an invisible germ. They actually had a little faith, Science is going to heal you. Yeah. They got quite a track record of healing people. Oh, really? You don't believe in science? You don't have polio, do you? Well, I just got to take your word for it that you guys cured polio. What's polio? Get out of here with your nonsense talk. I'm going to become a Christian Scientist. I'm going to swear off all that nonsense. I'm going to become Amish. The Illuminamish. When they shut down the internet and they turn off the electrical power, we all got to go back, to Mad Max days. The Amish people are all set. They're like, yeah, whatever. Doesn't affect us at all. Oh, no, you don't have internet connection? Yeah. Sorry. What do Amish people call non-Amish? Sorry, English. Ezekiel and I are just fine. We never needed it. I say that like I wouldn't be lost without electricity and the internet. But, Oh, hey. Hey, sweetie? Yeah? You got a phone call. Oh, really? Put him on line 2. Line 2. Hello, caller. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air. Hello, my darling.
Oh, hi, Count. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing very well. Very well indeed, for I am a count.
Yeah, huh? Did you come to teach us how to count to 10 in Ojibwe?
No, not at all. I've come to ask you a very serious question.
Oh, really? What could you possibly want to ask me?
Well, you see, Natasha, sometimes when I call, I hope that by the time I start to speak, what I want to say will just magically come to me. And that is exactly what I am doing now.
Oh, really?
Yes, because you see, I can't think of anything to ask you.
Okay. You want me to ask you a question?
Yes, would you please? But make it funny.
Okay. Do you take adrenochrome?
Adrenochrome! That is a conspiracy theory. How can you believe such odd... Okay, yes, I totally love the adrenochrome. I love the blood of the living. It is what keeps me youthful.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. I hear Hollywood people are drinking human blood. And even that, what's her name? That chick who was on
Oh, she was everybody's sweetheart. She was in that movie about outer space. She stayed good looking for a long time. Again, I can't remember. NANABOOZHOO, do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that brunette lady. She was in a movie about a cabin or something with Keanu Reeves. And she smears baby blood penis tips on her face to stay young. Yeah. I wish I could remember her name right now. This is how little I care about movie stars. Yeah, movie stars are stupid, aren't they? I know, that's another thing that died in 2020. The movie star. Nobody cares what Hollywood has to say about anything anymore. That they had the Oscars and nobody watched. And the people who won awards, nobody even knew who they were. Yes, I think Hollywood is done for. Yeah, huh? So adrenochrome, that's a real thing? Unfortunately, yes, it is a real thing, but I cannot go into it here. Oh, okay. Let's see, what else do I want to ask the Count? Have you ever bitten anybody on Sesame Street? Yes, I've bitten all of them. Everyone on Sesame Street is now under my command. Really? Yes, they're all part of my unholy army of vampires. You gotta be kidding me! Yes, of course. No, I do not bite my co-workers. What you must think of me, Natasha? Oh, sorry. I assumed you were sneaking into Ernie and Bert's place and biting them on the neck or something. No. I wouldn't dream of such a thing. I just like to count. Beijig, Nij, Niswe, Niwin, Narnin, Ningod waswi, Nij waswi, Ish waswi, Jongaswe, Midaswe. Oh, I wish we had a sound effect of a lightning or thunder. Yeah, that's counting to 10 in Ojibwe. All right. Well, I gotta get going, sweetie. We're just about out of time here. Okay. Well, I will talk to you again. I will see you again, Natasha. Gigawabamin, Minowa. Yep, Gigawabamin, Minowa, Count. We don't really plan bits on this show. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. Jessica says, I oftentimes think I'd rather be Amish than keep living in this society. At least I'll know how to grow my own food, build a house, etc. Yeah. Everybody teases the Amish, but I don't know. I think it's probably way less crazy in Amish territory these days than it is in Minneapolis. Yeah, how about this? Would you rather live in a place where you gotta do chores all day and ladies gotta wear a skirt, and no internet, or the autonomous zone in Minnesota, in Minneapolis? I'm going Amish. Something's amish. All right. Sweetie, I think we're out of time. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to say anything else? Nope. I'll see you later, guys. That was NANABOOZHOO. All right. Well, let's call that a live stream. Thank you so much for listening. Miigwech. Miigwech Bizendawi egg. Thank you for listening to me today, you guys. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great Abatuse. Abatuse. We're halfway through the week. Yeah, going and getting Danzin. I don't know. My name is Natasha. This is NANABOOZHOO. That's Michael Lyons. And I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minowa. La 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 la. Okay.